What's up, guys? Back with another video. In today's video, it's gonna be a little bit different. I'm here with Shaulov10, aka Benji.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And we're gonna have a little debate on Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, guys. So today's video, Benji and I are gonna have a big debate whether or not Tears of the Kingdom is overhyped, or it's going to be the biggest game of all time. So, from my point of view, I think that Tears of the Kingdom could possibly be the best Legend of Zelda game made, because it is coming off of Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild was Nintendo's largest Nintendo Switch game and one of the biggest Legend of Zelda games ever made. And this game is not a glorified DLC, it's not just an add-on, it's a completely new game with Breath of the Wild in it. So, looking at all the trailers we've gotten recently from Nintendo, we could see that there's a lot of new features. But when we do look at the amount of footage we got, it's not like it's so much to the point where we know a lot about the game, but we do know enough right now to speculate whether or not this game will be good or not.
Alright, it's my turn. So, I kind of want to go back to what you said about all the we've seen. So, it's been what? How many years? We saw this trailer back in 2019, right? That was like, what, 3 years ago already?
It's been, 4 years about.
And they said that they've been working on this game for what, 6 years? Even before we saw the first trailer, right? So, yeah. I don't see 6 years of work in this game. I see a maximum of 4 years, and that's being generous, okay? First, from what you said about this game not being a DLC, I don't think it's a DLC. But one thing I'm worried about is that there's still not going to be enough new content for it to be. First of all, I don't think that $70 price tag is justified. I think that there's not adding enough for it to be even worth $70. All right. If you look at the file size, it's 18 gigabytes, right? And I know it's like the biggest file size we have, right? But relative to the OG Breath of the Wild, it was 14 gigabytes. So that's only 4 extra gigabytes more. So that means they're not adding so much new stuff to it, right? And if we look, one of my biggest problems with the game is Hyrule. That, like the middle ground, Hyrule. I know we have a Sky World and a Low Rule, right? Whatever, like if it's a Dark World, I don't know what it's called. But as far as we know, they did not change that much about Hyrule itself. So the whole magic of exploring Hyrule and finding new stuff is gone, because we've already done that to like nauseam in Breath of the Wild. So all that stuff that we're gonna have to explore is in the upper ground and the lower ground, and we don't know much about the high ground or the low ground. So listen, we don't know much. It could be a whole world the same size as Hyrule, or it could just be a couple islands in the sky. We don't know, and that's another thing I have a problem with. Zelda or Nintendo purposely hiding all this stuff and not showing us a lot. Because I get it, you want to be super secretive with their marketing, but we're 3 months out until launch. We should have an idea of the story at least, and some other stuff. We barely know anything about the story, which is a problem. We should know something at least. I get if you want to be secretive, we don't have to be like hiding it this much. I think that's a problem, and you're starting to lose a lot of people's trust, because it's scaring people. Because I know how video game stuff works, okay? They did the same with Sonic Frontiers. If you know, you've seen the marketing with that game. They hid so much stuff until July, until the Gamescom. We knew nothing about the game. They're being so secretive about it, and people were getting scared. Like, oh, are they scared? Do they not have anything to show? Thankfully, we got a good game, right? We have a good game, but they were hiding stuff. They were hiding the fact that they were reusing islands. So I feel like Nintendo fans and Zelda fans are seeing that they're not showing much in the trailers, and they're thinking, oh, what are they hiding? Are they hiding the fact that they don't have much in the game? So that's what I think right now.
Well, going back to your statement that you don't think that this game looks like it was made for a 6-year time period, I personally believe that Tears of the Kingdom should have been the first game, and that's what they were planning on doing. But it was too big of a game to release in the time frame that they gave us, so they decided to make Breath of the Wild instead, and take Tears of the Kingdom and put a little bit into Breath of the Wild. So now, going into, 4 years after Tears of the Breath of the Wild launched, we got Tears of the Kingdom in 3 months from now. This game looks like it's going to be way bigger, not just from the trailers, but just from the art book. I'm not going to discuss anything because those are leaks, and it's other people's decision whether or not they're going to look at it or not. But I haven't seen much, but all I could say is that it looks like this game is going to be big because of the art book. Because the art book doesn't even show anything that was in the trailers. There was not much of the trailers in the art book. The art book was just a completely different... No, because the art book...
It was leaked, that's why. We weren't supposed to see it.
Exactly. But that's not the point. Now, there's still more worry after the art book. I don't see the correlation. How is there worry after the art book was leaked after we just got 2 more trailers in September and January?
Because the art book,
or February.
Think about it. An art book also has concept art in it, and concept art is things that are just concepts. Some things in the book might have not even shown up in the final game, so we don't even know what's in the book and what's in the game. Some stuff could just be ideas they had. Like for example, the Super Mario Maker concept book they had for the first game. There was stuff in the book that never showed up in the final game. So, and that's not just exclusive to Mario. That's exclusive to any concept art book ever. So we could be seeing like stuff that's in the book that doesn't even show up in the final game. So we don't even know what's real and what's fake, man.
Yeah, I understand that having not enough trailers, only having 2 official trailers, maybe 2-3 teasers for the Tears of the Kingdom, it's worrying because you don't know what you're going to get out of this game. But it also could mean that they're really just trying to hide a big surprise for people that have been waiting 4 or 5 years for this game after Breath of the Wild.
I get that, but like you can still show stuff with the trailers and not, spoil the surprise, right? That's just called good marketing. It's not called there's a difference between holding it back and the good marketing. You can show stuff about the game without spoiling the game.
Well, PAX East is only what? It's in the month of March, and the 23rd and 26th is whether or not we'll find out if there will be a new trailer, or we'll just go straight into marketing before May and only see Tears of the Kingdom. That would be a scary situation, but I doubt that we're going to get a demo at this point in time, a month prior to the launch.
You don't think we're getting a demo?
Personally, I wouldn't see them making a demo. It's possible we do. I want to just see a trailer, not an entire trailer, maybe another 2-minute trailer, either going over like gameplay mechanics, what we'll see like going into the game, because I don't want to just go into the game completely blind and not knowing what to do. Because Breath of the Wild, it wasn't as like, there was not that much compared to what Tears of the Kingdom looks like. There are new mechanics coming to Tears of the Kingdom, but Breath of the Wild, it was different because Breath of the Wild, it was a new and a refreshing game. No other Legend of Zelda game was like Breath of the Wild. We have never seen anything like it. And Tears of the Kingdom is just, it's Breath of the Wild, but it's using the same engine, but it is a completely different game with a completely new story, because Breath of the Wild story was lackluster, and the dungeons were not present in that game. There were shrines, and shrines, I feel like they put it as a placeholder, considering that Tears of the Kingdom should have been the first game before Breath of the Wild, and they just took Breath of the Wild and just took it out of Tears of the Kingdom, so that they have more time to make Tears of the Kingdom the game that everybody wants, the game that people will be talking about when they do hear Legend of Zelda and that franchise.
Like I want to bring up a point you said before, that Tears of the Kingdom is basically they're making this because they couldn't put all their ideas into Breath of the Wild. Wouldn't that just mean, I don't want to piss you off or anything, but would that just mean that Tears of the Kingdom is a DLC add-on to Breath of the Wild, because it's all the ideas that they did? Obviously it's not DLC, right? It's a whole new story and stuff, but it's all the ideas they wanted to put in, but they couldn't. And I think I heard in an interview somewhere that I think it was Eiji Aonuma or Miyamoto basically saying that they had so many ideas that they wanted to make a DLC for Breath of the Wild, but it was too much, so they decided to make a whole new game. So that's what I heard, but I don't know.
But when
I'm just saying, here's what I'm gonna, because we're gonna kind of like coming close to the end. This is my final statement. What I want to say is, if we don't get any type of trailer at PAX East in March, or no, it's in March, right?
Yeah.
So if we don't get a trailer or a demo at PAX, be scared, because that's already like almost 2 months. No, that is 2 months from launch. If we don't get anything from them at PAX, get scared, because that means they're hiding something, and it's not something good. It's something bad.
See, I can see why you say be scared, because we really haven't gotten enough footage, but we got trailers that give us a little bit information of whether or not this game will be just another Breath of the Wild or a completely new game. That's why everybody anticipates a new trailer, because they want to see more from what we have recently gotten in the past months. But I say you should not be scared, because it's either, there's two scenarios. They'll either show a trailer during PAX East or before PAX East, or give us a demo during PAX East, or they're really just trying to hide as much as possible, just because this game is way bigger than anybody thinks it is. It's gonna be
why?
Well,
but like,
you don't want to you don't want to share the component of the game that it's going to be. No, but like the thing is,
you can still show parts of the game without spoiling.
They've shown enough as of right now. The month, it's only, there's 3 months. Yes, I understand.
What do we know about the story?
There's nothing. That's what I want to see. All I want to see is a tiny, not even a teaser, just like a 1-minute trailer going into the story, because we do hear voices from the characters. Ganon gets a voice.
Rise, my servants. Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom and her allies. Leave no survivors.
We hear Zelda.
Please, lend him your power.
In the trailer, most
crazy.
of the time,
we don't even know if that's Ganon. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
But that's
we
the
don't
thing.
Know.
That's what makes the game more mysterious. You want to be surprised. You don't want to know everything going into a game, because once you know all the factors into a game, it's gonna be like you're playing Breath of the Wild. It's gonna be like you know what you're doing.
I get that, but you could still, like, for example, we don't know anything about the. If you could, you think we've seen so much about the upper ground and the lower ground, but we have no idea what. We don't even know anything about the lower ground. We don't know anything about the sky. We don't even know if anything even changed about Hyrule itself, right? We don't know anything, and that's what's scaring people. Why they're thinking? Why is Nintendo hiding so much? And what's scaring people is that maybe it's because they don't have enough to show us, because they don't have a lot new stuff in the game. That's why they're hiding stuff from us. What else? What, like, they delayed the game already. We're waiting longer than we should, because the game was delayed already. So I don't know.
Well, just to go off of what Tears of the Kingdom is doing right now with not giving us enough information, if we look back at Breath of the Wild, when Breath of the Wild was presented at E3, we did get a gameplay trailer, but it was like Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom is not giving us much right now, but
we got a demo.
Okay, we got a demo.
We got 30 minutes of straight gameplay of the game.
Okay, so why are we saying that it's not possible to get another treehouse or a video just specifically for Tears of the Kingdom?
That's what I'm saying.
But we cannot deny that this game is going to be bad.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just worried that they're gonna underdevelop. It's not gonna be the same level as,
But it's not possible, because it is just. If we are saying, I'm not saying it's a DLC, obviously not, but if we're saying this is taken from Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom was supposed to be the game before Breath of the Wild, but it was too big to even comprehend at the time, for the Wii U, Breath of the Wild was only made for the Wii U, and it was basically just ported to the Switch, which didn't give us it didn't give us everything. Tears of the Kingdom is not made for the Wii U, it is made for the Switch. So with that, the Switch is a way more powerful console than the Wii U. The Wii U was not as powerful as the Switch nowadays. The Wii U had Breath of the Wild on it, and it was very similar to the Switch version, because it was the Switch version. They were both the same version, it was just a port to the Switch. That's why Tears of the Kingdom is bigger and will be better than Breath of the Wild. People that are saying this game cannot possibly be better than Breath of the Wild, it doesn't make sense, because it is Breath of the Wild, but it's before. In my opinion, I think that this game is just 10 times bigger than Breath of the Wild and what it could have been. Because Tears of the Kingdom, if we're saying that it should have been the first game and they had way too much to even make it at the time, why can we say that Breath of the Wild is going to be better than what Tears of the Kingdom is going to be in the coming months? We can't say that because Tears of the Kingdom hasn't even come out yet, and we don't even have enough information to state that. Well, guys,
I think it's overhyped as hell. You're overhyping it.
No, guys, don't listen to him. If you guys are excited for this game, leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. He is a hater. He's a Sonic fanboy. You guys,
are a Zelda.
If you do enjoy this type of content, leave it down in the comments and let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Subscribe to my channel.
No!